All right. So I don't know what happened, but this is going to be part two. Maybe we have to break it down in parts, but we're going to get this message out. However, we got to get this message out. We're going to get this information so we can remember. All right. So, starting out with the first house in the zodiac, which is representing the body. Okay. The first house begins the zodiacs and covers everything that happens to deal with the first, first impressions, the self, appearance, leadership, new initiatives, fresh starts and beginnings. It's the sign on the cusp or starting edge, right, of something or relationship, right? And it's also referred to as your rising sign or your ascendant sign. I'm going to eventually break all this information down for all of the new people, the old, the ones who've forgotten, or whatever the case is, or maybe just for those of you who just love information. But the first house is about the new beginnings, like first kisses, just all breaking virginities is what I'm hearing. And this house is also ruled by Aries. Now, the message, because everything is energy and spirit as we learn and are relearning things, messages come through as well. Now, with this first house, it's just basically reminding you right now that it's important that you don't abandon your goals right now, okay, out of boredom, right? Presently, you're going to start things with this great gusto, but you have to keep following up. You have to keep the momentum flowing so that you can finish everything that you start. So again, the first house, whenever you get a reading, or if you ever hear about, oh, well, you have this card that falls, or you have this energy in the first house, it's normally dealing with spirit, your high vibrational self, saying you need to tap into your body. Okay. I'm going to try this little pause thing again. All right, it worked. Yes. Also, with everything, with what just happened, everything happens for a reason. Okay, so please understand that whatever's going on in your life, high or low, everything happens for a reason. You just have to keep pushing through the obstacles and challenges. Again, I would love to do this message in peace and quiet, but my daughter's watching TV, and I know that people need this message, and I have to do my work. So you have to just keep pushing, keep it pushing. Anywho, the second house, okay? The second house is all about ownership, okay? It's related to or covers all the matters that are related to your immediate and material and physical being and wealth, okay? It's about you understanding that it's a time to concentrate on more practical issues as well, okay? So as you can see, money, things that make you stable. Not just the money, but your environment, right? This owning energy also is all about taste, smell, sound, touch, sight. And it's also rules your self-esteem. So again, your money, how much money you do have, don't have, affects your self-esteem. And this house is ruled by Taurus, okay? So understand that with this second house energy, it's about you understanding that it's a time where you need to protect resources to manage those things, you own in a mature and equitable way. Okay. Some of you, I'm hearing house owning. Okay. Some of you maybe getting a house or moving into new homes, but either way it goes, it's about you owning, okay, having something, taking great pride and value in it, being conscious, right? Putting focus and prioritizing your money, your earnings, and your material assets and how they would play a part in your life. Okay. We now have the third house, which is all about messages, communication, okay, all forms, whether it's talking, thinking, gadgets, devices, cell phones, back in the day pagers, instant messengers, etc. The third house also covers siblings, neighborhoods, local travel, libraries, schools, teachers, and community affairs. All of this in regards to you receiving, again, messages. It's also about you understanding that this is where you could be. This is where you are, especially if you're watching this message. You're in search of messages. You're in search of answers. You're in search of clarity, if that makes sense. I'm also indicating that right now, if you don't know, this is a fortunate time for those of you who are interested in starting a business of your own, okay? Perhaps working in translation, creating software for some of you, or something to do with deciphering codes or messages, okay, coding, for example, maybe even studying other languages or anything related to or working towards a common good, okay, communicating, spreading messages, witnessing is what they call it in religion, okay? So again, the third house is about messages. 444 is actually what I'm looking at. So we are totally aligned. I'm so excited because it's just letting me know that everything that we are doing, when we think that we're doing things out of line, or, oh, well, I could be doing this, or this is bigger than that. Listen, everything matters. Everything is all about us being or becoming more rooted, okay? And that's why we're here with the fourth house energy, talking about our roots, okay? This is the Cancer ruled house, okay? I'm a Cancer, shout out to all the Cancers. But it rules the foundation of all things, okay? This includes your home, your privacy, your basic security, your parents, particularly mothers, for some of you, children, your own mothering abilities, nurturing, and basically that tender love and care, that TLC energy. And for those of my masculines, understand you still have the feminine energy where you can still embody all of these energies. But again, the fourth house is teaching us more so about our roots, where we come from, all right? Shows the beginning of the family and holds the memories of our ancestors, this lifetime, past lifetimes. It's for those of you who are learning and wanting to clear these generational karmas and cycles, right? I also feel that this energy, this house is letting you know that these are confirmation of presence of angels, right? And beings directed by heavenly means, and even past loved ones, okay? So understand that the fourth house also could be called the house of dreams, this imagining and relying upon magic with the K. All of that energy. So understand that whenever you hear or you're dealing with the fourth house, anything or whatever falls in the fourth house, it's about your roots, okay? Moving on. The fifth house, the house of creativity. For those of you who are in a theater, arts, acting, okay, putting on shows, okay, but creating in a high vibrational way, not that old low vibrational shit. But the fifth house is the house that is ruled by, for some say, the dramatic Leo. No shade, okay. And it also governs the self-expression. It governs the energy of drama, creativity, color, attention, romance, fun, and play. The fifth house is all about you creating new relationships, new businesses, basically something to be proud of, right? This could be a person, place, or thing, a completion of a project, an accomplishment, just anything of that nature. But it's more so about us understanding our artistic nature, our artistic expression, and the meaning of art and art of every kind, from painting to drawing to creative stage sets, costuming, writing stages, screenplays, making films, the TikTok, everything that we do comes and is surrounded by this fifth house. So anything that happens, a person, place, or thing, and it falls in the fifth house, is about creativity. It's about helping you to understand how you can put on a show, is what I'm hearing. The sixth house is ruled by Virgo, okay? And it's all about routine. The sixth house is the domain of health and service. It rules our schedules, organization, routines, fitness, diet, exercise, natural and healthy living, helpfulness, and just basically being of service to others, okay? The sixth house energy reminds us what we should do to maintain good health, diet figures, anything that comes under alternative health or various approaches to strengthening the body and supporting a healthy lifestyle falls under this category. So maybe some of you are actually in this stage where you're probably trying to work out, eat better, all of this energy, right? But it's basically saying that whatever happens whenever the sixth house energy comes up, it's about us understanding, knowing that you need to pay attention to the small particulars, rather than the larger picture. The larger picture can't always develop without the miniature details, the minute details, right? So you may find yourself worrying over little matters, which is exhausting. But a lot of you may need to visit libraries and schools to assist you with your plans and whatever you're trying to create. You may also find yourself critical at this time in your life of yourself or others, okay? Or maybe they're critical of you, and maybe you want to clear up or correct matters which may have become unhinged, okay? Or just at least off track. This is the energy, especially like I said, when you get a reading or, when you're dealing with it, it will help you how to better this routine energy. Okay. All right. Before I press play, the song that just came through was Get Up, Stand Up for Your Rights. So I feel that right now where you are as you're learning, and then this photo in front of us, I feel that you need to stand up for love. Stand up for the person that you love. This could be a message for some of you. 31 is an energy, all of the above. But anywho, the seventh house is about partners, okay? And this house is represented and ruled, is ruled by Libra, all right? The seventh house, is the sector of relationships and other people. It governs all partnerships, both business and personal, and relationships. Excuse me one second. Scooty, come take Max out real quick. She said, Zion. Sorry, y'all. One second. I'm looking at 1010. Give me one moment. That's my deceased aunt's dog Max that we have, and obviously he got to do something. He got to use the bathroom or something. So, child, please forgive again, his rudeness. Because I'm working right now. Let Max out. I'm trying to record my video. Shout out to my son who's assisting me. See, when there's a will, there's a way type thing. Seventh house. Again, this is the energy that is associated with matters like contracts, marriages, business deals. Okay, again, partnerships, situationships. I always say a relationship should be a person, place, or thing, or situation that should take you somewhere. That's why I say ship on the end. Okay, so understand that with this seventh house energy, it's about one of two things, okay? Either issues dealing with partners or significant others. It could be dealing with court cases, legal issues, or it could be a more neutral energy, which is about you striving for balance, okay, in between the negative and positive energy, if that makes sense. I also feel that, on a more mundane level, the seventh house could also mean an engagement, a marriage, a relationship moving to the next level. This is what you're dealing with, maybe where you are right now. But again, we're just learning. But Spirit is trying to show you, I'm looking at 1122, that partnership, alignment, reciprocity, all of that is what you will find in this seventh house, okay? The good old eighth house, the energy of death, if I'm not mistaken. I think, no, it's actually the Nine of Swords. Anywho, I'm getting the death card for those of you who are familiar with tarot or energy readings. If not, I'm going to break it down for you, baby. That's why you got me. Make sure you comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Because, again, this is how we witness. This is how we pay the piper. This is how we show Spirit and God, our higher self, that, listen, we are happy to be chosen. We want to help people grow. We want to help build this new world. And trust me, a little goes a long way. So, again, subscribe, comment, like. Just depends on whatever you find in this message. You can book your own personal energy reading. You can sew into the energy. I'm going to put all that information, all that good stuff. So, anywho, back to the eighth house. The eighth house is ruled by Scorpio. Shout out to the Scorpios. I love me a good Scorpio, but Lord, y'all are complicated. But anyhow, the eighth house is about endings and beginnings. That's what the death energy is. The eighth house is a mysterious sector that rules the birth, the death, sex energy, transformation, mysteries merged, merging energies and bonding at the deepest level, right? The eighth house also rules other people's property and money, like real estate, inheritances, and investments. So again, when you are tapping or finding out or getting energy in the eighth house, it will assist you with these energies of learning how to let go, to letting go of the old to receive the new. It doesn't mean that somebody's going to die, with the endings and beginning. This is unlikely majority of the time. But it does mean that you may end up dealing with things being passed on to you. Again, like inheritance issues, deeds, trust, insurance policies, goods of the deeds, alimony, child support, even taxes, all kind of stuff. Now, again, time's an illusion. Maybe this is what's going on, finna happen, getting ready to happen, whatever the case is. Understand that the psychic ability in all its forms, okay, in this energy is about premonitions, visionary dreams, okay, seeing into the past, present, and future. When it comes to the health, okay, when it comes to health-wise, the eighth house could also mean a long-term illness, with an extended period of recovery for someone, either you or you're connected to, or that's very important to you, right? It could also indicate where the elderly or very sick is going to die, or a place of healing where there is no cure, at least on this end. So again, not a scary energy. I'm getting the Santa Moreta energy as well. For those of you who are familiar with it, Tutankhamun. So again, it's changed. 32, 3 and 2 is 5, and 5 is another number representing change. So again, the eighth house is where a lot of changes, more so in life, with birth, death, sex, mysteries, properties, all of that will take place. Okay, so damn, I feel a lot of power with that. Moving on. All right, my loves, we are now at the ninth house with the good old 33. And for those of you who know about numbers and numerology, baby, that 33 is an ascended master number. It's a mastering number, right? Which makes perfect sense of why the ninth house represents and is associated with faith. We have palmistry, as you can see. For those of you, we have Ouija board. Shout out to one of my goddesses in my tribe, Goddess Sasha. I remember when she was Googling about her, she booked a spiritual gift energy reading to figure out, what is one of her ancient gifts. And the Ouija board came out, and I just heard her before I even heard her. And she's like, what? So again, don't be afraid. This is one of your spiritual gifts, okay? But anywho, the ninth house represents faith, okay? And there's a quote that says, we travel, some of us forever, to seek other states, other lives, other souls. Either way it go, obstacles are being lifted when you are dealing with the ninth house. The ninth house is ruled by Sagittarius, okay? The ninth house covers the higher mind, expansion, international and long-distance travel, foreign languages, inspiration, optimism, publishing, broadcasting, universities and higher education, luck, risk, adventure, gambling, religion, philosophy, morals, and ethics, okay? Ethics. Etc. Just to name a few things, again, because we're all at different levels and learning in different lanes, but we're all trying to go to the same place. The ninth house also is about destiny, fate, and karma all coming into play, as well as your view of what God may or may not be, right? It is the house of knowledge, higher learning. It's the energy of lawyers, doctors, and astrologers. It is most definitely of the higher mind and our need to unite with something greater, right? It's about us understanding that there's always more where something comes from. There's always a beginning and an end, right? But this ninth house represents esoteric matters like psychics and psychic fairs, the new age, counterculture gatherings, places where offbeat people gather together, right? Here in Florida, we have, and in probably other places, the world of nations, where you have different cultures coming together to say the same thing, right? I also feel that, one of the most mundane meanings behind the ninth house is traveling in distant places. Okay, so maybe some of you will be traveling, but this is the energy either way will help you to understand that you will be changed through the process. You will no longer be the same. It's about you understanding that what has been tried and tested and what is already established in your life. It would also help you to understand that no matter how expansive or broad-minded, it will be rooted in the traditional way of faith. Okay, so if you're having issues, people, places, and things around this issue, or learning more about faith and how you can channel it, learn more about it, express it, and be it, the ninth house is your house. We now have the 10th house, which is all about the world, ruled by Capricorn. The 10th house is at the very top and most public part of the chart, okay? Some of you need to get a natal chart energy reading, okay? Go to your local energy reader, or if you like to book one with me, please contact me. That is fine, and we can break this thing down for you, okay? The 10th house, again, represents, like I said, the public part, the top, the creme de la creme is what I'm hearing. The 10th house, it governs structures like corporations, traditions, public images, fame, the honoring energy, the achievement, awards, this boundaries, rules, and discipline, authorities. This energy is where the fathers and fatherhood, okay? The other one was mothers. And it's also called the midheaven, okay? And it includes basically astrologers for those people who are into, the planets and the stars and looking. It will assist you with giving you clues into your career path. Okay, for those of you who are interested in that and learning more about that and how you can be, I'm hearing the light of the world. This 10th house is also an ambitious energy. It's about owning the world and being on top of it. I'm hearing that Brandy song, sitting on top of the world, no matter where it goes, right? And because the 10th house is ruled by Capricorn, it indicates that you're about to put forth a diligent and concentrated effort, okay? Or you will. 1919 is also an energy I'm seeing right now. If I start yelling out numbers, just take time to Google the angel meaning number behind it, and you'll get your energy. Understand that when the 10th house, when you're dealing with the 10th house, whether it's a person, place, or thing, illusions will start to be removed, right? Your essential self will start to be disclosed, whether it's a person, place, or thing. This could be in relation to the public or even possible love interests, right? But it's letting you to know, it's coming up, this energy comes up sometimes so that you can play along with the status quo to get ahead. Like, it's sort of not manipulating, but it's like, you got to do what you got to do to get to where you need to be, so to speak. But it's more so about you achieving, right, this truth and honesty energy of understanding that you are the world. So that's why you're going to have it. You are utilizing your gifts, and also traveling and seeing the world through different energies, okay? I'm hearing the song, what about your friends? Will they be around? Yeah. 11th house is about them friends, okay? Them road dogs, them ace boon coons. There's an anonymous quote that says, don't walk behind me. I may not lead. Don't walk in front of me. I may not follow. Just walk beside me and be my friend. The 11th house is all about associations and how we connect to others, right? It is about the house of group alliances, ideals, and our aspirations in a public or social arena. It's also known as the house of friends, but it is so much more than that. See, it has everything to do with the collective that comes from groups, people who identify and align with each other to make social change, right? It has so much to do with our destiny and what we decide to give before we leave this earth, basically our soul's purpose. It's about us understanding that we are not in this world alone and that it is time to aim higher and go among the broader, society image, right? The 12th house, the 11th house is ruled by the Aquarius energy. Again, it rules the teams, the friendships, the groups, the technology, video and electronic media networking, social justice, rebellion, and humanitarian causes. It also rules originality, us being eccentric, sudden events happening, surprising energy, inventions, astronomy, science fiction, all these things that are futuristic. I'm hearing that futuristic love song for those of you who are familiar with. But either way it go, it points, this energy will help point out how distinct we are, okay? Basically saying that it's going to help you to flush out the old to bring in the new. You need like-minded people. You need soul tribe members. I was just talking with someone that there's a difference between family and relatives. I'm looking at 2222 just now. There's a difference between family and relatives. And that's what we're there to understand, that it's a privilege to be connected to you. You have people who you were born and forced into, and there are people, there's a saying that says, don't go where you're tolerated, go where you're appreciated. And this is the energy that will help you be around people who will not only toot, but beat your horn. They will help you see and believe in who you are and all this futuristic energy and ideas. So the 11th house represents the friends, the community, your surroundings, the people you have around you. And lastly, my loves, the 12th house represents the energy of escape, ruled by Pisces. The zodiac, Pisces, it completes the 12th and final house, right? It covers the final stages of the project, tying up loose ends, completions, the afterlife, old age, and the energy of surrendering. It's also associated with separation from society and institutions, hospitals, jails, hidden agendas, and secret enemies. It also rules the imagination, creativity, arts, film, dance, poetry, journals, and the subconscious mind. This is all of the different energies we place in things that we can utilize to escape. This house also represents water, toxins, poisons, perfumes, candles, hidden chambers, secreted desires, Christ consciousness, and martyrdom. The 12th house lets you know that something is amiss. There is something about the situation you are unsure about, or at least are not privy to. All is not as it seems. This is when you start to get in, your energy starts to get in this 12 where you want to just escape. You want to get away. It's also a warning to not look to others for fulfillment or to others to give you your purpose, or at least not at the current phase of your life. It's either the incorrect time to attempt that, or you're looking to the wrong people. You see, the 12th house, when it comes to this escape energy, is where we're offered bliss, spiritual fulfillment, the meeting up with what's called twin flames for those of you who are into titles. It promises of losing yourself in some beautiful other. But it might be like trying to hold on to a cloud. This house of poetry and oceans is an enchantment energy. It's where we lie to ourselves as well. It's about us understanding that it is time to get on point. It's not time to overlook what's there. So I feel that there's healing when it comes to the 12th house energy, whenever you're dealing with it or learning more about it. With that being said, my loves, I hope that this information helps you along your journey. Remember, we are unlearning and relearning things. It's going to take some time, but understand that everything that you do, at least with me and my tribe and this channel, my platforms, all of that, trust me, it's giving you some type of reward. It's answering a prayer. It's removing an obstacle because we're operating on a new timeline. We're creating a whole new world. But we have to understand we do need the old. In order to know where you're going, you have to know where you're from. In order to know your future, one must know their past. So understand that we are going to learn and take this journey together. Some of you, you are learning this for the first time. Some of you are relearning. This depends on where you are in your journey. But either way it goes, we are here to help one another. Become connected to the all-purpose, which is the purpose in life, which is all about us becoming and operating under what's called the law of one. Where everything has a spirit, has a name. Share this video. Send it to someone. Remember, people, you never know what someone is needing. And God and spirit and our higher selves, whatever you want to call it, is helping us to escape, learn how to escape this thing called life in a high vibrational way, to learn how to escape these imprisonment energies so that we can be free. Okay? With that being said, my loves, be love, spread love, because can't anyone do it like you? And always remember that 1 teaspoon of your girl, warrior, goddess, Lady K a day is going to keep that stress away. Until next time, love and light.